Okay, I'm gonna interview my husband before we go to sleep.
Typical Filipino.
No, it's not typical. I'm not a typical Filipino. He's a crazy one sometimes. So. I have like stuff.
No.
Yes. See, he's not listening to his wife, and he should. See, that's one thing you gotta have to remember to look for in a guy. The one listens to the one, even just girlfriend, huh? Right? See, he said Sometimes doesn't really mean yes. It's a half yes. Okay, but anyway, I was trying to ask you something. Since I'm not a typical Filipino, and I don't really get jealous, right? Yeah, right. See that? He agrees with everything I said, but
You're not typical.
no. Well, I do get jealous, but not.
That makes you not get jealous.
That's no. I'm just not a typical like Filipina that gets ape shit when they get
Don't say
jealous.
that.
Well, I do. I have to say it. That's true. That's a typical Filipino that gets ape shit when they get jealous. Do they? They get crazy, crazy. Well, I do, have that spells too,
Situations.
right? But it's really the Filipina. We call it fatal. That's a fatal jealousy sometimes. That's why they call it. You know, that's like the one thing that Philippine has. Like the first, how's the Filipino? How they usually do sellers. You know what I mean? That's because it's just not normal as much as the other one, other call that women do, right? Like it's just different. But again, I'm not a typical Filipina. I didn't just. I'm not a typical Filipino, so it's not that. And tampo as well, right? I don't have that. You wish I would, right?
Tempo.
Yeah. He would wish I would, cause so that I can't talk, cause I'm like really
It's not possible.
right. So that doesn't happen. Every time I do tampo, it only lasts a few minutes, not a week or a month. So he wished that it would have been longer. Yeah. So watch out for Selos and Tampo. How do you say it? Tampo. You say it differently. Tampo.
Tempo.
Yeah, see, tampo, like a tampon. Yeah, but those are like typical,
American slang.
Well, I would say it's a normal, like trait for a Filipino to get jealous. We call it celos or tampo. Which again is only more of the Filipino trait because they won't talk to you if they're angry. They won't talk to you for like usually days, weeks. It can even be up to a month.
What's the word BALIW?
Well, BALIW is crazy. That's you. Well, yeah, I can be crazy too, but it doesn't mean that I'm like, That's that's what Filipinos are known for too, right? Like not crazy, not baliw, but just the zealous one. They can get crazy jealous.
Crazy in love.
Yeah, crazy in love, and Oh, well, that's a woman usually.
Yes, yeah, I can't.
But it's more of like when you describe a Filipino, it's usually that it's Selos and Tampo. That's the two most popular like trait they have, or well, they have. Well, we have. But yeah, it's not as if it's bad, but sometimes it's just too much, diba? Like it's just sometimes it's too much jealousy, too much tempo, and then you're building a wall,
Jealousy ruins every relationship.
Right. So you have just got to be careful with that. Sometimes you still have to talk about it, definitely. That's why tempo doesn't really sits with me because I don't want to go to bed without talking about it, or I just can't. I just don't have it. I have to make sure that I go to sleep because I have this thinking that I might not wake up anymore or something like that. And he,
Peacemaker.
well, yeah, but I just want to make sure that, something happens to me or something happens to him. There's no like, what do you call that? Nothing in between or unfinished business, something like that. I usually think that way. So, oh yeah, that's all for now. He's not gonna talk. He wants to he wants to watch his show before we go to bed. So, okay, ta for now. Bye boo.